Hello and welcome back to GP Video Podcast by Nadia. So today the topic that I'm going to discuss with you is called lactose intolerance. I'm sure most of you know about it, and it can be divided actually into adult onset lactose intolerance and congenital or birth lactose intolerance. Which is very rare, but adult onset is quite common, and people who experience features of bloating, diarrhea, gas, abdominal cramps, nausea can have very well developed lactose intolerance. So what is lactose intolerance? How is it developed? What are the causes? What are the symptoms? Let's talk about it. So, lactose intolerance is a common condition that affects a significant population of the adult population worldwide. It is characterized by the inability to adequately digest lactose. What is lactose? Lactose is a sugar found in milk and dairy products. So basically, it is characterized by the inability to adequately digest lactose, a sugar found in milk and dairy products, due to a deficiency in lactase, which is an enzyme responsible for breaking down lactose in the small intestine. So see, it's very easy. Lactose is a sugar that is found in milk and dairy products. People who are lactose intolerant, they actually have a decrease in the enzyme lactase, which is responsible for breaking down lactose in the small intestine. So this is basically known as lactose intolerance. While many individuals are born with the ability to digest lactose, adult onset lactose intolerance can develop as lactase production decreases over time. So usually 99% of the population, they are born with the ability to digest lactose. They have the enzyme called lactase, but as people age, the enzyme production decreases. There could be many factors as to some people are highly lactose intolerant. When they become lactose intolerant, some people are mildly, some people are moderately lactose intolerant. So basically what happens is the production of enzyme lactase decreases with the age. That's why adults become lactose intolerant at some stage. Some do not become lactose intolerant, some become mildly lactose intolerant, some moderately, some severely, and some not at all, as I said. Causes. The primary cause of adult onset lactose intolerance is a natural decline in lactase production as people age. So it's a natural reduction in lactase enzyme. This is a natural process. So all of us at some stage will be somehow intolerant to lactose. Like, yes, there could be people who are not at all lactose intolerant, but because of the natural deficiency of or natural decrease in production of the enzyme lactase, we all can become lactose intolerant at some stage. Genetic factors also play a significant role. Populations with a long history of dairy consumption, such as Northern Europeans, often retain high levels of lactose into adulthood, whereas those from other regions may experience a decrease in lactase production. So it's all very haphazard. So what this article is telling me is that the Northern Europeans usually have high amounts of lactase, so they do not become as such lactose intolerant, while people from other regions do become lactose intolerant quite easily. Other factors contributing to lactose intolerance can include gastrointestinal diseases, infections, or changes in the gut microbiome that affect lactase production. What are the symptoms? Symptoms of lactose intolerance typically manifest 30 minutes to 2 hours after consuming lactose-containing foods. Common symptoms include bloating, diarrhea, gas, abdominal cramps, nausea. These symptoms can range from mild to severe and vary among individuals depending on the amount of lactose consumed and the degree of lactase deficiency. So it all correlates, like how much lactose you are consuming and how much lactase you are lacking. So how much you are deficient in lactase. So how is the diagnosis made? I used to think that there is no definitive diagnostic test for it, and usually how you diagnose it is you go off lactose completely for a couple of weeks and see if your symptoms improve. But to my for it's very surprising for me that there are some tests. Number one is called hydrogen breath test, which can be done. This is a breath test that can be done to diagnose lactose intolerance. Then there is another blood test in which you consume some lactose, and after 2 hours there is a test to see how much sugar you are retaining in the blood. If the blood sugar levels are high, of course excluding that you are a diabetic or not, then it means that you are you are actually, it's the other way around. So it says that diagnosis of lactose intolerance involves a combination of medical history, symptom assessment, and specific tests. The most common tests include the hydrogen breath test and lactose tolerance test, which measures the body's response to lactose ingestion. In some cases, elimination diets may also be employed, where dairy products are removed from the diet to see if symptoms improve. So I used to think that elimination diet is the only way that we can diagnose lactose intolerance, but that actually is not the case. So now I remember. So what happens is, one is hydrogen breath test that you can do for lactose intolerance. The other one is, so you consume some lactose, and then after 2 hours a blood test is taken. So if your blood sugar levels are not that much as they were supposed to be, it means that your body is not absorbing the sugar. So you are lactase deficient, so that's why your blood sugar levels are not increasing. Again, if a patient is diabetic, I don't know how it will work in that, but there is a laboratory test, which is lactose intolerance test. Consuming some lactose, after 2 hours doing some blood tests, if your blood sugar levels haven't risen as compared to how much lactose you have consumed, it means you do not have lactase that much. You are deficient in lactase. That's why it's not breaking down, and the sugar is not going in the blood, not getting absorbed in the blood. So it's the other way around that I said before. What is management? Management of adult onset lactose intolerance primarily involves dietary modifications. This may include reducing or eliminating dietary products from the diet and dairy products from the diet, incorporating lactose-free alternatives such as lactose-free milk, cheese, or yogurt, using lactase supplements to aid in the digestion of lactose when consuming dairy products is unavoidable. Education on reading food labels and understanding hidden sources of lactose is also crucial for individuals with lactose intolerance. Probiotics may also benefit some individuals by promoting a healthier gut microbiome, potentially improving lactose digestion. Conclusion is that adult onset lactose intolerance is a manageable condition that can significantly impact quality of life through dietary adjustments. Increased awareness and proper management strategies can help individuals continue to enjoy a balanced diet while minimizing discomfort. As I said, that there are two types of lactose intolerance. One is the adult onset, one is the congenital or by birth. By birth, they say it's extremely rare. And it is because genetically you don't have either you have very little or not at all lactase enzyme. So you have to properly eliminate lactase from diet for those kids that are born with lactose intolerance or complete lactase deficiency. So this is people who usually think that they've got IBS. They can also, it is possible that they don't really have the full-blown IBS. What they have is lactose intolerance. So it's always people who present to a GP with bloating and abdominal pain and cramps and nausea and gas. Lactose intolerance is one of those things that we need to exclude as a GP. Talk to you next time.